going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to focus on how to make simple audio adjustments inside of Adobe Premiere Pro. And if you like these videos and you want to see more videos on editing and different type of video techniques, please subscribe to the channel because I'm constantly creating new content. All right, let's get started. Let's head down to the timeline. And you'll notice I place some audio clips in here along with video clips. And of course, there's the bar here in the middle. Everything above that bar are the video tracks, video 1, video 2, 3. And then below that are the audio tracks, audio 1, audio 2, and audio 3. We're going to focus on the audio side, of course, in this video. So let's head up here to the top. With those little buttons up here that when you click on them, they change the layout. So there's the audio button. We're going to click on that and it's going to change the layout to kind of benefit audio work. And you'll notice here it changed the source panel and it added an audio clip mixer inside here, and that's what we're going to focus on. And don't get it confused with the audio track mixer, which is right next to it. That's for a whole nother video. But in this video, we're going to focus on just the audio clip mixer. Now you'll notice there's three kind of bars here, different audio bars. Those represent the audio tracks. Down here in the timeline, we have the audio track 1, audio track 2, and audio track 3. These are the exact same things here, audio track 1, audio track 2, audio track 3. So let's head down here, and if we want to add a track, if you just kind of right mouse click on this, you can add track that way, and you know automatically it's going to throw another track in here and then throw a track up here that matches. The one thing I always say in my video is organization is key, because when you start adding tons of clips and tons of different sound effects and musics and voiceovers and b-roll, your timeline will get crazy. So it's always good to organize from the very beginning, and I'm going to rename them. So let's head up here, and because on the audio track 2 here we have the music, I'm going to name this music. And then let's say for the next track, it's empty, of course, but we're going to say, let's just add, we're going to do voiceover. So we can name that voiceover. And then for that last track we added, say that's going to be all the sound effects. So now we can name it sound effects. You'll notice all the titles have been changed. So the audio one is still the same, but you'll see music, you'll see voiceover, and then you'll see the one for sound effects. Try to keep like items on the same track as far as sound effects, voiceovers, music. So like I said, down the road, it's going to be easier for you to find it that way. So let's head up here to the audio clip mixer again. And each track has little handles, and that of course adjusts the volume. So anywhere this playhead is placed, when you're in the clip mixer, anything underneath the playhead, those are the clips that are going to be affected. So right now, if we adjust audio 1, it'll adjust this clip only. If we move the playhead over here, and if we adjust audio 1, because now this is hovering over a separate clip, it'll only adjust the volume in this specific clip and will not adjust the previous. If we move it back over, as you can imagine, if we move this, it'll only affect the clip underneath the playhead. So let's try that. So let's just play it from the beginning. Now you'll notice the wave sounds from audio 1, which is matched with the video, it's very loud. It drowns out the music. So let's come up here to audio 1, and let's just lower it down, let's say at a -10. And then play the same thing. See, now you can hear the music more. And let's lower it down even more. You can barely hear the waves. But if I bring it back up, see how that adjusted on the fly even as you listen to it? Now if we come over here, and you'll notice how the handle reset to the volume of the next clip. But if we drop it down, you'll notice the line dropped here in this clip. So remember, wherever the playhead is, that's what's going to be affected. I'll bring that back up. So that's how you can change the volume with these handles. Now let's head up to the buttons up here. We have M, S, and something that looks like O, but it's not an O. We'll head back to the M. M is mute. So if you click M, it'll mute that track. And you'll notice down here in track 1 on the timeline, big turquoise M is highlighted. That means this is muted. So when you play it, you won't hear the ocean at all. It's just that. Now if we do solo and click solo, which is the S button, that'll make it so you only hear that track. So now when I play it, you're not going to hear the music, you're only going to hear the waves. So that's mute and solo. Now when the solo really comes in handy is, say you have 8 tracks or 10 tracks with a bunch of different things. Instead of going and muting each individual one, you can just click solo for the one you want to hear, and that's when that comes in handy. Now the next one, next to the solo button, it looks like an O, but it's actually a right keyframes button. And you'll notice when we adjusted the volume, you can see the entire volume bar drops as a whole. But say you want the first to be lower and then you want it to rise along as the clip goes. That's where this comes in handy. Or decreases. So let's play this right now. I'm gonna mute the song, just the sand. Clearly it's loud. But I'm gonna go back over. I'm gonna click the keyframe button and I'm gonna start this. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna gradually drop it down and you're gonna see what happens. Watch this line right here inside of the clip in the audio waveform. Then I'm gonna bring it back up. Now you'll notice down here, you see all these little keyframes? Let me zoom in a little bit. It dropped it along with me dropping it down. And that's one of the best features about this, because you can listen to something, especially when you have music over dialogue, and when maybe your actors quit speaking and you want to rise it back up, have the music kind of overtake the scene, you can gradually grab the handle and you can rewrite it as it's playing to match exactly the sound you want. Okay, so I'm going to mute that first track and I'm going to head over to the music track next to it. And you notice here this little circle up here, this is the pan rotation, and there's also the left and the right. So you know if you pull it to the left, it's going to focus all the sound to go through the left speakers only, and then to the right, as you can imagine, we'll do the same thing to the right. And this is great, is if in your scene, if there's, say, a fireplace on the right-hand side and you have a fire crackle sound, you can make it only come from the right side, so visually it'll match what you're seeing on screen. So I'm going to show you an example now. I'm going to play this music. Now I'm going to pull it to the left. It'll only come from the left side. Now I'm going to pull it to the right. And then you can also click here in the middle and adjust it. I'm going to do 0 to set it back to the beginning. But say you have a car racing by going from the left side of the screen to the right side of the screen, and you want to follow that sound. You can do the same thing we did with keyframes. Click this, and when you play it, you can start here to the left and watch. Now the same way it did this keyframes for lowering the volume, if we go back, you'll notice that, and even notice on playback, it showed the numbers change as it went. Let me do that one more time. Watch the numbers appear. So by having this keyframe button clicked, any activity you do, if you move it left or right or volume up or down, it's going to trace those steps essentially and put keyframes so you can have that stay in the recording as you wished. It's a fantastic tool. But always be careful to unclick it, because if you leave it clicked and don't pay attention and you play with it later, you'll notice you're going to change the audio down the road. But anyway, that is the audio clip mixer. That's just an easy video on how to make simple audio adjustments inside of Adobe Premiere Pro. And if you like these videos and you want to see more like it, please subscribe to the channel because I'm constantly creating new videos. Anyway, thank you for watching and we'll catch you next time. Later!